Come along, Jeffrey, at the 100, a length in front. Armstrong Bay trying to gun him down. Come along, Jeffrey, still holding a margin, though. And Come Along, Jeffrey will win the first.
Yeah, great result. Come Along, Jeffrey winning at Warrnambool. He was a really difficult horse. Brian bought that horse as a second-hand horse, and when we got him, he was a very, very difficult horse to train, and we had to sort of have a prep last time to sort of educate him a bit, put him in the paddock, brought him back in, and his 2 runs this time in have been very good. A good third at Geelong, and then he won at Warrnambool. The horse he beat at Warrnambool, they really, really liked. It was a $1.50 favourite, and they just absolutely spaced the others. So it's always a good thing when you see the margins like that. Probably positive, isn't it? He handled a wet track, so I know he goes well on the synthetic, that horse, and on top of the ground, and he's also showing us that he can handle the heavy going. So all's good there. Really good result. Well done, Brian. There. What else we got? I thought Blow-In. He was pretty good. Amazing sectionals, that horse, the favourite in that race. They absolutely love it. I reckon it's a stakes grade horse. We sort of straightened up sort of second last and sort of made really good ground on it up the straight. So not sure where we'll take Blow-In next, but I've got him in a few spots next week, so we'll make a decision there. But certainly you would tend to think he's a horse to follow. Got Young Hostess in at Caulfield on Saturday, 2400 metre race. Look, I think it's a pretty nice race for it. It's a massive prize money race. With the Vobis, it's a $200,000 race, so you know we're not mucking around. Also got her in at Sandown on Wednesday in a mares 2400 metre race, so I'll have a really good look at the fields on both races and make a decision where we go. But she'll definitely run this week. She's in really good order. She is what she is. She's a genuine 2400 metre horse, and she always tries and she always puts herself around there. If a couple of the favoured horses don't fire, she'll be all over the back of them. But you know, she has to run at her absolute top to be competitive in these races, and she continues to do that, which is a really, really good effort by her. But she seems to go on good, so she'll either go to Caulfield Saturday or to Sandown on Wednesday. Got Minyinga in at Caulfield on Saturday in a 1400 metre race. Really nice race for her. Really strong prize money. I think Caulfield will suit her. She's just drawn a horrible gate, and what's been costing her the last couple of starts is she's been sort of drawing wide, getting back, and then sort of having to run home. And her form is hitch in the face form, that if she's forward in the first 4, her form is significantly better. So from a wide gate, I know I might be spending a bit of petrol early, but I've got a really fit horse. We might give it a good kick in the guts coming out of the gates and try and be positive. Rather than, I can just see if we just leave it up to the jockey, they'll jump out, he'll say I was wide, so he goes back, she'll run home really strong, run a good 5th or 6th, and go, oh, the barrier cost us. So we might just take that out of play a little bit and give her a good kick in the guts and go forward. If it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work, but I just need her to be forward in a race. I'd love it if she drew 2 or 3 and she could jump and hold her spot. I think she'd be a real live place chance, but anyway, we'll have a crack have a roll at the dice with her. That's Minyinga at Caulfield Saturday. Kick off at Sale on Sunday. Got the big boy here, Zippity Zoostar. I'll have a good look at that field and see where he draws and that sort of stuff, but trying to keep him to as big a tracks as I can keep. Sale's a beautiful, big, open, flat track will really suit him. Tossed up whether it goes up to the mile or stay at the 1400, and I just sort of trying to keep a bit of speed into this horse. I think he could, if we started boring the work into him, he could go very big and slow very quickly. So trying to keep a bit of speed into him. Galloped up really nice this morning, so I've got no dramas with him. Probably get a blood count taken from him this week, and if it's all good, he'll go to the Sale on Sunday. Jake Noonan will ride. Jake knows the Sale really well, so he'll get every chance. I imagine being a Sale 3-year-old maiden, there'll be a heap of depth in it, so it'll be really good. I'd say it's probably going to be a city grade race, but he's a city grade horse, so really keen to sort of take him. That's Zippity Zoostar at Sale on Sunday. Got Tories D here, nominated for Warrnambool on Monday. Really fast little running sort of type of horse. He trialled up pretty sharp the other day. I'm not too sure what he trialled against, but I think his trial might have flattered him a little bit. But we gallop him up here at home, and he's very, very fast. He's nice and quick. He's that real 1,000-metre screamer. So he gets his chance. I'll probably take him to Warrnambool if he pulls up good from his trial. But really nice little horse, and certainly a horse to follow. Got Lorenzetti in at Sandown Wednesday. If I can get a bit of the dirt off his face, or he must have been rolling in his box. He won Geelong the other day and just knocked the wind out of his sails a little bit. So I've just backed right off him and kept sort of plenty of speed into him. And I'll probably keep him at the 1800. He's a horse in the past when he's got into his prep, he tends to go a little bit dour. So the options for 2400 metre races aren't a lot there for him for about another month. So we're going to maybe keep him to the 2000. So it's Lorenzetti at Sandown on Wednesday. Got blow in here at Sandown on Wednesday. Really have to have a look at this race. He ran a really flashing race first up, and he's going to turn 4 in the next couple of weeks. So I want to try and run him in a reasonable 3-year-old race before he turns 4. If he'd have won the other day, this would have been the only race we looked at. So I suppose it's worthwhile having a good look at it. I know it's going into a benchmark 70 as a maiden, which is a massive jump. But I think he's going to get to this grade. So if he's fit and well, he worked up nice and sharp this morning. So if he's well, I think we have a roll of the dice in good grade and see how he goes. Other than that, there's an option to go to a Chuka at the end of the week. So a couple of really good options for him. But I've got him in at Sandown Wednesday, and I'll see how the nominations come out.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. I thought we'd show you a bit of different vision this week, just a few young horses going through the barriers and learning what the barriers is all about. These horses have all been through the barriers at the breakers and things like that, but obviously, as you would imagine, barrier education is a bit of a process, and it does take time to be able to get the horses to be able to walk in unassisted, stand there nice and quiet, and then eventually and it will take time that they will learn how to jump out, but that's the last step of the process. The main part of it is able to get these horses to be able to walk in and then stand there nice and quiet with a lot of noises and banging and crashing with the gates going on. But everything is done nice and slow and steady and just nice and relaxed for them. So the horses that we put through the gates today, there's a winning Rupert filly. She is a bit of a highly strung filly, but I thought she handled the barrier process really good, and she stood there nice and relaxed. An American filly that we got over, so it's a little bit different for our sort of training, but she handled the barrier process really good, and she's a really nice filly. And the other two that we put through is it's called Miranda Dawn. So she's Miletus and Macrobius's little sister, she was a bit sort of funny going in the gates, but just sort of stood there with the closed gate and stood there and made her able to feel the gates and things like that, and she come round to it really good. And the last filly is an Al Rocker filly over from New Zealand. So it seems to be like horses all over the world, but the last two, they sort of wanted to jump out and a bit fiery, but just the way that we went nice and slow and steady with them, that they were able to relax and cop the process really good. So I was really happy with how today's barrier education went, and as with all horses with barriers, you give them a good experience, that they'll remember that, but unfortunately, you give them one bad experience, they'll remember that for life. So, nice and slow and steady, always wins the race.
Hey guys, I had a pretty quiet week last week. I went up to Ballarat and jumped on Renee again, and unfortunately she just got beat again. Quite convincingly. It was by the $1.95 favourite, so I thought she ran really, really quite well. She's been running every race, she's run really quite strongly. I just have to say congratulations to Paddy as well. He got a winner that day too, so his stable's on fire at the minute with the little number of horses he has, but I'm very thankful for the support that he's been giving me. I'll head up to Mildura for the carnival this weekend, so I'm looking forward to heading up there. I'm jumping back on Jay Gatsby for Tom Davening. I really think this horse is going to go quite well. He won quite nicely the other day at Warrnambool, had again sat really wide for the whole trip and ended up running home still, so hopefully he can do the same again tomorrow. I'll head up to Sale on Sunday and jump back on Moss Job for Gavin Bedgegood. Again, I think that horse is going really quite nicely. It's placed in a nice race as well, so hopefully we can get the chockies with that one as well. And then I'll come back down and head up to Warrnambool again on Monday. So we're doing plenty of Ks over the weekend and the start of next week. But I'm really grateful for all the opportunities that I've been getting from other owners, and especially here at the stables. So looking forward to getting on those ones, and hopefully you can get ahead in front and lose my 4 kilo claim over this weekend. Hopefully you guys are staying warm, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Busy week this week. We took about 8 horses into the Geelong trials this week and trialled up against a couple of Danny O'Brien superstars, or Vow and Declare, and all those horses were all trialling, and we trialled a couple of Class 1 horses against them. But anyway, they all trialled up pretty well. A couple of nice horses coming out of those trials, I think. Certainly a couple of our horses that trialled up well will go to the races in the next couple of weeks, so keen on them. What else? Make Guy Lampood happy. Even got my tooth done this week, so you can sort of see that. Not toothless anymore. So there you go, Guy. Eventually it happened. What else we got? Doing a few miles. Interesting, a couple of those nice 3-year-olds. Zippity Zoostar, maybe Blow In. They'll go around this weekend, run them in good, solid grade, and see where we're sort of going to land. If these horses can be really competitive this weekend, it probably sets us up to maybe give them a crack at something half decent during the spring. So that'll be interesting how they go. And as I said, a couple of those triallers that we trialled up on Wednesday, a couple of them trialled up very smart. So might be a few horses to follow there. Until next week, see you later. Got Young Hostess in at Flemington and Caulfield. Helps if I get the right track, isn't it? It'd be nice if I drove to Flemington and the races are at Caulfield. Even to Guy Lampood's, hang on, I want to say something else there. What do I say there?